This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Monday. Yay, new week! New week! Yeah! Get it. I'm very happy to be here. Happy new week. Happy Monday. We're going to get after it this week. Bitcoin was surging yesterday, so we're going to talk about that and everything that is going on in this space, including the Telegram founder getting arrested. We also have multiple things on the front of cryptocurrency that are in need of breaking news zest. So if you're ready for the news, the zest, and the education, make sure you smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the stream out with friends, because oh boy, do we have some good stuff in store for you today. Also, guys, please make sure you smash the likes so that we can hit 150 likes and 150 live viewers. And we have a goal for subscribers today, so let's do a little subscriber count here, because it's very much worth noting that we're 7 subscribers away from 16,980, and we're only 27 more subscribers away from 17,000.
Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
So, my friends, 27 more subscribers. We will grind. We will fight. We will climb up that mountain of YouTube algorithm in order to solve this and get it pampeth. Now, guys, we are going to break down a lot of stuff that is going on today. Like I said, a lot of breaking news. Firstly, though, we got to talk about the market because it is going absolutely buck wild. As you can see, majority of the outlook is red today. You can look at the past week here and see that we've had a lot of upside. So when in doubt, zoom out. You can even look at the past year. Look at how good. Look at how good. Excuse me one second. Allergies. Anyway, so if you when in doubt, zoom out. You can see the past year we're doing pretty well. Daily is meh. Freaking meh. But you look at Bitcoin yesterday. Oops, sorry. Didn't know my ringer was on. So now you're looking at yesterday where, and even over the weekend, where Friday we had this big, nice move that was around from 61 to 60.4, 60.3. And we had a high of around 65K, just under that. It was, if I'm right, $64,987. I don't know why I know that exact number, but I remember looking at it. So that was the high on Friday. And then over the weekend, we kept closing above. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we closed above 64K, which is above the magic 200-day SMA that is sitting at $63,418. I mean, listen, my friends. You can't get too zesty, but we do understand that closing above 64K is quite significant. Now, you see with today's candle, we're slightly in the red right now. We're at $63,700, down 0.85%. And you can see we did baggle the 200-day SMA, and it bounced off of it. Now, we can even break down the hourly here. Break down the hourly, and we could see where we touched that 200-day SMA a few hours ago, about 4 hours ago, and then we kept closing above it for the hourly. It seems like we're very close to it with this hourly candle, and we'll see where it closes. Ideally, we do not want to battle this 200-day SMA. We want to stay significantly above it as we have all weekend and close above 64K. Holding 64K is absolutely critical. Going back to the daily here. Holding 64K was absolutely critical because you saw the defense it had throughout July. You saw that when we went above this 64K back in May, we were led up back to that 71K range, if you guys can see that. Now you could. And even back here, when we originally hit all-time highs right here, 64K, we went above 64K, we passed 68, 69, then 70s. So I'm hoping that happens again. The 200-day SMA absolutely freaking pamps us, and that's what we're looking for. However, if we do reject the 200-day SMA, we're looking at the bearish scenario of the golden zone of 60. And then bullishly, though, if we do pass, and we do close above 64K, which I would ideally like to close above it for about a week, I would like to aim towards 67.6. That is the next bullish scenario. And of course, I would love to just blow past 64 and 67, 69, and just go straight to 70K. And if we hold 70K, that is highly significant. Another thing worth noting here is that we finally have green money flow. So I'm very excited, and I do believe that hopefully this does continue to increase as we do see a lot of FOMO coming into the market, a lot of optimism looking towards November, where we could have some crypto forward people in the house that appears to be white in a certain part of the country. Now, this VWAP is the only thing that's like meh. It's the only thing that's like meh. Because, listen, guys, I don't know. I'm just wondering what is going to happen with this VWAP. I'm hoping, though, that we could make a nice boost. We could pick it up. Even here, it was a little bit of a fake out. And then, boom, boom. But I'm very excited about Bitcoin. Oh, I forgot to shout out amazing sponsors. Make sure you check out our amazing sponsors. Cake Wallet, Market Cipher link is in the live chat description. Use code ZESTY for 15% off. And Gemini, trade $100 in crypto. Get $15 in Bitcoin. I got very excited about Bitcoin price. I did. Before I get back into Bitcoin price really quick, I want to say hi to people. Michael, good morning. Mike Vecchio, good morning. Who else we have in the chat? I got excited. Hold on. We got Peter, good morning. My girl Alexandra G is in the chat. Good morning. Johnny December, nice to see you. We got Ben Spada. Who else? Black Cat, Aquarian, done napping. We have David Lee, David Bulls, and the chat. A lot of Davids. Digi, nice to see you. Mike Volmer is here. Squeaky, Chef Dave. Who else? We got Sola Hefe, Digi, I said hello to already. Chase, good morning. Rogelio, good morning. Who else? Lasers, good morning, my friend. Yukio on X. John Legend with all his emojis. I love his emojis. Crypto Farmer, Jason Hamilton, Zapirate. We have Rob C, Tesla Model Doge, Brinko Savage, Alpt, good morning. Let's see. Andy S, nice to see you. Kaiser, good morning. Wick and Wifey, nice to see you. Crimson is in the chat. Joe, good morning on X. And Pumpkin on X, good morning. Nice to see ya. Who else we have in here? Memory Man, good morning. Kelly Callum, hello, Kelly. Nice to see you, my friend. Hugs to you, Kelly. Sack Nasty, good morning. Oh, boy. Bullish Bradley. We got who else? Julio, MEEQ Vision, nice to see you. Ivan Hernandez, Bert is here. Who else? I think I got everyone. I want to say I did. Michael, thank you. And who is this? Is this Magic? It is Magic. Hi, Magic. Nice to see you, my friend. All right. Sorry, guys. I got excited about Bitcoin price. But please make sure you guys smash the likes and share because you're going to listen to Piano Matty B. Right, Michael Cartwright?
Why don't you like and subscribe and share this video?
Alrighty, guys, and if you're excited for the show, if you're bullish on Bitcoin, put a rocket emoji in the chat. Put a rocket emoji in the chat, and let's all sip water. Let's all sip it. Now, back into Bitcoin. The VWAP I wish would pick up a little bit, and the momentum is a little flat on the daily. However, let's take a gander at the RSI here. And we have a bullish RSI that pamped off of neutral, but it's kind of, she's okay. But I think that as long as we're holding bullish, I like it. And it was a nice little pump into the bullish side, so you obviously do not want to pump too much because then there's going to be a nice pullback. So I think steadily building up is the best way. And you can see even with Bitcoin getting to this point, this is a normal range. Normal. People couldn't even draw it better than that. Just blasting from here, holding. Ridiculous. Beautiful. Love Bitcoin. Now, you can also look at the week because yay, new week. Oopsie. Sorry. So looking at the weekly here, Bitcoin, you could see, even with the wicks on the weekly, how important 56K was. And then you could even see here, 64K is quite significant. So I'm hoping, very much hoping, that as we close the last week's candle at 64K, which we have not done that in quite a while, since the end of July, I'm happy. I am happy. And even you can see July is when we rejected the 200-day SMA. But then when we passed it, we had a very nice move. And I'm hoping this was to retrace the rebalance of the whole situation. And closing at 64K this week is very, very, very important. Especially closing above 60K, I think is the most important. But 64K would definitely kick up the zest factor. Even on the weekly market cipher, you see that VWAP is making a nice move. Green dot printing on market cipher, hoping that moves up too. Even the money flow is still nice and green. Now moving on to the RSI here on the weekly, I don't know. I see choppy, but back above neutral and bullish. So we're hoping that that remains, and we have bullish RSI going into the week. And the weeklies in general. What's going on in the chat? Who gets the memberships? Michael Cartwright gets him 5 memberships. Oh boy. Well, thank you, my friends. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Nice to see everybody. Welcome, 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 my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But the green dot on the weekly is very nice, and I do love to see it. So we're going to see if this green dot that was printed last week is going to work out. Hoping it does. Even we're approaching the end of the month as well, if you really want to get deep into things. And we want to close this month in the green, and we only got to move up, let's see, a few percent. Am I on this? Okay. A few percent. So we have to go up at least 3% this week. Close above 65K to close this, not the week, the monthly candle in the green. So we're hoping for a green month, guys. We're going to root for a green month. Guys, do you think we're going to have a green month? Now that Michael gave away 5 memberships, there's 5 more people that can participate with the emojis. Are we going to close this month out bullish? We're at, what's today's date? The 26th. We only have about 5 more days. 5 more days of the month left. Do you think we're going to close the month in the green, put a 1 or a yes emoji or a 2 and a no emoji? Are we closing the month in the green? We are so darn hoping so, right, Vegas? Who is this over here? James Kellogg, Enzo, welcome. Chuv, nice to see you. Hello, everyone on TikTok. West Salvador said, Verde, yes. We love that. We love that very much. Again, please make sure you guys are smashing the likes and subscribing to the channel. Please. Because we want to make sure we get 7 more subscribers today. Let's go. Let's go. We can do it. All right. Going to the other charteries. We're going to look at Ethereum too. Over the weekend, we were trying to push some levels for Ethereum, specifically 2770. Although we did not close above it yesterday, and that is it. Today we're in the red. 0.67% in the red today, if you want to be specific about where we're at. $2,728. Again, 2770 is ideal. Bearish is 2630, just about. And bearishly is 2360. Oh my gosh, hold up. Michael Cartwright, who just gave away 5 memberships, said, and I signed up with Gemini last night using the Hipper code. Oh boy. Oh boy. That is absolutely amazing. Michael, thank you so much for using my Gemini link. Oh my gosh. I am so honored, my friend. I am so honored. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Thank you, guys. And please make sure, if you haven't yet, participate and sign up for Gemini, where you could trade $100 or more in crypto and get $15 in Bitcoin. Guys, it's so worth doing. Please make sure you do that. And I believe even Lolly is on there. Lolly, you can activate up to $20 back, I believe, is associated with this. So please make sure you guys sign up for Gemini. It's so awesome. And again, within 30 days of sign up, if you use my code, you use my link, then you'll get that $15 in Bitcoin when you trade $100 in crypto. Yay! So exciting. I love that. Thank you so much, Michael. That's very sweet. Supports the channel. It does. It supports the channel. Yay! That made me so happy. Sheesh. Yeah, I'm so happy. Even more bearish though is 2370, around 2360, and then 2630, and then 2770 are the levels we're looking at. But bullishly, guys, we want to look at 3230, or more specifically 3255, between that range right here, because we want to pass that 200-day SMA, which we haven't done for Ethereum, but have done for Bitcoin. Money flow on the daily is still red. Why, Ethereum? Why? Hopefully she picks up soon. I think there's a lot of fun with the ETFs, but VWAP is heading downwards. We don't like a confident downwards VWAP. We want that thing to pick up. And when it's confidently moving to the upside, that's when we see some nice positive stuff. Momentum is okay. We had a green dot that steadily built up, but something's telling me maybe a red dot is incoming and slowing ETH down, or it's going to have a nice push with that momentum, since there's already a green dot. Now, the RSI, though, you're looking at the RSI, and it's neutral. It's neutral. And a little bit bearish. Now, will it bounce and fight its demons to become positive? We'll see. Hopefully, it does. Weekly, though, for Ethereum, let's get spicy. The weekly outlines how crucial this level of $2,000 is. I would say 2,100. You see the wicks at that level. Even a few weeks ago, we were there. So is that indicative of our future? Are we going to take a major dip for Ethereum, or was that the last of that level, the last of the 2,000 range forevers? And then we just moon, woohoo. We'll see. Obviously, I'm just being a little bit crazy right now. Your neutral / bullish scenario is 2770 still. And on the weekly, you want to try to close in the green, close above 2770, so that way we could build up towards that 200-day SMA. That's ideally the case. And you see a little bit of conflict. On the daily, you see that there was meh signals, meh. Even the green dot may be getting a little tired over there on the daily. However, look at this momentum green dot printed on the weekly. Fresh. Ah. Like you just came out of the shower fresh. And so we're hoping that'll pull up that momentum, and that VWAP will cross that zero line. Money flow is all right. It's green. And then we have the RSI that is still bearish for the weekly on Ethereum. Will it go bullish? Will we cross that neutral zone? Hopefully we will see that if we could get close to that 200-day SMA, and if this green dot really works out, if the VWAP really pimps. All right, guys, let's keep going. Guys, please smash the likes. Share it out. Let's go. All right, let's see. We have Litecoin right now. And guys, I'm doing charts right now because things were spicy this weekend. However, I will be getting into news next. And then at the end of the show, if you guys want, give me your chart request and we'll go back to the charts. Litecoin, critical level, critical. We're at $64.61. Down 0.39%, though $63 is being defended throughout the whole weekend. We're going to hope for that to continue. $63 is critical because below that we're looking at 43. Bullish, we really want to tap 75, which has huge selling pressure, and hit $78. Thing about Litecoin is that you could see that there's a lot of Christmas tree action. Red dot just printed, though money flow is now breaking into the green. VWAP is down, though. VWAP is down. Money flow is giving me hope, though. It's like a little, it's like a little like plant when you think it's dying, but it starts to bloom, maybe a little flower. That's how I feel right now. Choppy RSI, but happy that it's choppy and holding after a big pull from oversold to neutral and slightly bullish. The weekly. We're looking again at the same exact levels. You could see that the defense, let me move this emoji, the defense of $63 is very important. Telling you, and $75, if you could get above $75 Litecoin, that's so ideal. We have a green dot that was just printed. We're hoping that the momentum pulls up, the money flow goes green, which it's currently dipping right now, and the VWAP picks up as well, but it's still bullish and still a little flat. RSI needs work, but nice work because it's not too crazy, and it's a little bit of a tight range there. So I don't like, again, when the RSI goes buck wild because I think it just makes it a little bit more of a volatile situation. It does. It absolutely does. concerning Litecoin, there was over $26.5 billion moved in just a week. So people are looking at Litecoin. They're like, why is the price this? Why is the price that? I don't worry about price when it comes to things like good technology. What other blockchain is moving this much money? The impressive growth is highlighted by the jump from 196 million Litecoin moved on-chain during the week of August 14th to over 412 million Litecoin moved in the most recent week. In dollar terms, that's a staggering $26.5 billion worth of Litecoin moved on-chain in just 7 days, over 5 times the current market cap of Litecoin itself. You can even see Jay from the Litecoin Foundation posted this, and beautiful chart. Beautiful chart. The spike is insane. Insane. He said Litecoin's on-chain activity is incredible. The volume on the network has more than doubled in the last year, growing from 196 million moved on-chain to this last week, over 412 million Litecoin. That's insane. That is insane. That's more than 5 times the market cap. Litecoin is doing great. The technology is amazing. Just watch, my friends. Just watch. The technology is so good. The technology is so good. And that's what I'm saying. Like, when we look at money, when we look at what we're actually going to use, that is going to be things like Litecoin. Sorry. Since I hit 1K Doge with my OG mini Doge project, let's see Doge. Dogecoin I will do at the end of the show. Usually I do Dogecoin at the end with the rest of my charts. I'm going to do it, though. We're looking to defend 10.5 cents, though. We're going to watch that. We're going to watch that throughout the show. I want to see what happens. But Dogecoin we'll talk about. Now, getting into the news, because we have breaking news right now. Breaking news. Again, let's make sure we get 150 likes, 150 live viewers. We really want to get 7 more subscribers today, so let's pamp that up.
Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Now, we have the news of Telegram. The Telegram CEO, Pavel Durov, was arrested in France and could possibly do 20 years. And they say this is over the lack of moderation on his platform. When, again, you could look at all the other social media platforms and the horrendous things that go on there, yet nothing happens to those CEOs. Nothing happens to those executives. I mean, you could argue for X as well. What happened with Twitter beforehand? The agencies that were involved in censorship. No one was held accountable there. Nobody. Yet Telegram, which you could look at what Telegram's doing. They have their own Toncoin. They're using their own cryptocurrency projects. There's cryptocurrency gaming going on Telegram. There's been cryptocurrency bots that you've been able to tip with via Telegram for years now. They have their own wallet on Telegram. USDT is part of Telegram now to a degree. Now, they say that he's a bad person, that this man from Telegram should be arrested and in custody for what? Other than maybe Donnie T and his group have what? Oh, they have their Telegram group about the Defiant Ones, their new upcoming project from the family. Is that why the Telegram CEO is now getting heat after the EU and all these other people have sent letters to Elon Musk as well, telling him to not have Donnie T on his spaces with him? Why is Sir Telegram getting arrested? Well, according to reports, he was arrested when his plane landed at the airport outside of Paris. He allegedly faces charge of terrorism, trafficking, conspiracy, fraud, money laundering, and more. French commercial television network TF1 reported, citing unnamed sources, we love those, that this search warrant ran if, and only if, he was on national territory. So they waited and they plotted until this man came to France to clip him. Now, Tucker Carlson had something to say because they did have an interview on April 16th. Tucker Carlson said that he left Russia when the government tried to control his social media company, Telegram. In the end, it wasn't Putin who arrested him for allowing the public to exercise free speech, as he is also a Russian citizen. It was a Western country, a bye-bye admin ally, an enthusiastic NATO member that locked him away. He sits in a French jail cell tonight. A living warning to any platform owner who refuses to censor the truth at the behest of governments and intel agencies. Darkness is descending fast on the formerly free world. Here's our interview from several months ago where he puts this clip. There was one clip that I think is worth hearing because we see that this is a war, my friends. This is a war against free speech. This is a war against freedom. And we understand that because of cryptocurrency as well. They have crypto integrations on Telegram, a crypto project group chat with the Donnie T family concerning something that's going to disrupt the whole banking system. Why all of a sudden, after years of Telegram being out, that they're going to come and attack this man? It does not make sense. All of these countries, and we're seeing it now more than ever, they do not want free speech. They do not want information communicated from one person to another. Here's a little clip from Mr. Telegram.
Attention from the FBI, the security agencies, wherever we came to the US. So to give you an example, last time I was in the US, I brought an engineer that is working for Telegram, and there was an attempt to secretly hire my engineer behind my back by cyber security officers or agents, whatever they are called.
The US government tried to hire your engineer?
That's my understanding. That's what he told me.
To write code for them or to break into Telegram?
They were curious to learn which open source libraries are integrated to the Telegram's app, on the client side, and they were trying to persuade him to use certain open source tools that he would then integrate into the Telegram's code that, in my understanding, would serve as backdoors.
Would allow the US government to spy on people who use Telegram?
The US government, or maybe any other government, because a backdoor is a backdoor regardless of who is using it.
Does that surprise you that people were breathing down this man's neck? No, because they know Telegram is a big social media platform where in the past they've had control of things over Twitter. They might, I don't know, how much control do they have over other social media platforms? And we can know what I'm talking about there. Well, as he has been in custody for now 2 days or a day and a half just about, we see that the French authorities are going to issue a statement on why this man was arrested. And we don't know if he's officially been arrested or charged. All we know is that he is in custody. French authorities have extended the detention of the Telegram CEO during his arrest in Paris over alleged offenses related to the messaging app. The magistrate investing his case in France extended the CEO's arrest beyond Sunday, which was yesterday. The initial period of detention for questioning can last up to 96 hours, citing a source close to the investigation. Upon the end of this detention phase, the judge can then decide to free him or press charges and remand in further custody. Following the extension, French authorities are also reportedly scheduled to issue a statement on Monday, today. The billionaire was reportedly detained outside of an airport in Paris, and while reports indicated he'd be arrested on a litany of charges related to the messaging app's lack of moderation, as of the 25th, yesterday, there appears to be no official confirmation that he has been placed under arrest or charged with any crimes. According to the Washington Post, an embassy spokesperson from the Russian embassy posting on Telegram that as of today, the French side has so far avoided cooperation on the issue. And Elon Musk posted an earlier interview with Durov, the CEO, with the hashtag #FreeDurov, and posted multiple supportive messages over several hours. Telegram issued this statement right here saying Telegram abides by EU laws, including the Digital Services Act. Its moderation is within industry standards and constantly improving. Telegram's CEO has nothing to hide and travels frequently in Europe. It is absurd to claim that a platform or its owner are responsible for abuse of the platform. And almost $1 billion, or 1 billion users, globally, can use Telegram as a means of communication and as a source of vital information. We are awaiting a prompt resolution of the situation. Telegram is with you all. They want control over Telegram. They want them back doors to Telegram. I don't understand. Why was this happening? I can't understand. I can't understand. Now, nothing surprises me. Absolutely nothing. Now, who's commenting on this situation, as it's very worth the commentation? As Toncoin, we could take a look at that really quick. Toncoin taking a hit. Took a hit over the past few days, starting on Saturday when the man was arrested. You could see when he was arrested, besides the wick high, will go from right here, the open to close, down to 11%, and then to where it is now, we are down 17%, just about, with Toncoin. It's $5.55 right now, and as of, what was this, Friday's candle close, it was $6.69, which was an interesting number, don't get me wrong, but nothing surprises me here. Nothing. Nothing. It's a little bit scary, my friends. I'm not going to lie. And we have other people running social media platforms that are stepping in and saying things as well, like the CEO of Rumble, Chris Pavlovsky, saying that he might be a little worried for his safety indirectly. Here's what he said. He's like, I'm a little late to this, but for good reason. I've just safely departed from Europe. France has threatened Rumble, and now they have crossed a red line by arresting Telegram CEO reportedly for not censoring speech. Rumble will not stand for this behavior and will use every legal means available to fight for freedom of expression, a universal human right. We are currently fighting in the courts of France, and we hope for his immediate release. Absolutely. Free speech is under attack, my friends, and do not get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. The same things that they put out about Bitcoin. Oh, Bitcoin's for criminals. Oh, Bitcoin's bad for the environment. That's FUD. The same things that they're saying about this poor man, this is FUD. It is absolutely horrifying that they're able to pick this man up because they don't like his platform. And they don't like that people like Donnie T are using it to talk about what they're doing, to disrupt the banking system, to change the world. They don't want to change the world. They want to change it in their way. And to that, we're going to say no. Hashtag free Durov. Hashtag free Durov in the chat. Free him. Free him. Free Tigran. Free Ross. Free Durov. Free everyone. Because you know what? It's absolutely sick that these people get to do this. Sick. Sick. Who could really allow them to do this? It's because there's no one that's really going to step in. None of these governments want to step in for free speech, which is why we need a change, not only in America, but the entire world. Now, other huge news. RFK actually made a comment about this as well, concerning the Telegram CEO. He said, France has just arrested the founder and CEO of the encrypted, uncensored Telegram platform. They need to protect free speech, or the need to protect free speech has never been more urgent. This is an attack. This is a pew. This is not okay. America, the entire world needs to fight for free speech. And anybody who does not want free speech, remember their name. Whoever was in charge of arresting Mr. Telegram, oh boy, remember their names. Everybody in the House that voted for CBDCs and not against CBDCs, remember their name. Remember everybody's name that isn't fighting for you, because you know what? They're going to get their own one day. Karma is a real thing, my friends. Karma is a real thing. There's nothing more important than fighting for you and your future. Nobody, and I mean this thoroughly and honestly, nobody is going to make it for you but you. And so if you guys are letting these people take your rights away, then what are we going to have left? What was the price for free speech? It was a good point by, I believe it was Aiden Ross that said it, believe it or not, that the price for free speech was $44 billion. Elon Musk paid the price for free speech. That was the price tag for it. And they didn't even want to give it to him. And now they're still suing Elon over this. Why? They do not want anything that opposes their ideologies. Who is they? I would love to know. And I think there are people who know who they are. And we're going to find them. We're going to remember them. And we're going to understand where they're coming from. As we need to have some discourse. We need to have some discourse. And I'm sick and tired of everything being taken away from us. They take away one platform, they'll take away the next, they'll control the next, and then we won't have free speech anymore. That is the foundation of our country, and it should be the foundation of the entire world, as we all have these inalienable natural human rights, which is life, liberty, and property. Our Bill of Rights, our Constitution, all of these things are so important. The Declaration of Independence. Let's go back to that, because it seems as though we're losing the point here. Before I get into RFK and Donnie T, you could even look at what happened over the weekend with Romanian authorities towing vehicles from the Andrew Tate home. I have to say a different name or else I'm going to get in trouble. So when I talk about Donnie T, when I talk about all these people, I have to make sure I change their name so I do not get flagged, all right? So do not come after me for that. But the Romanian authorities taking away the Taters' vehicles yet again over these allegations that there is no case. Listen, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not in the courtroom. But what do I know is that there's really no case, no real evidence that was brought forth to the public. And so the Tates were set free. And now, all of a sudden, when they were still not supposed to leave the country, they still had some things they had to follow. They weren't doing anything wrong. What were they doing? Speaking freely on their platform, which they do not like. This is just news. I'm reporting the news. Why is this happening? The same thing that they're doing to the Telegram CEO. They're doing it to everybody that supports free speech. We can't allow this to happen. You even know when you Google somebody's certain name, Donnie T, you type in Donnie T on Google, what pops up? The other person. Why is that? Is this a free market? Is this a free news area in the United States? No. This is ridiculous. And it's very unfair. As humans, we are entitled to share our thoughts because there's no way that society would have gotten this far if it wasn't for discourse. Stop the madness and realize what's really going on is that there's a war here. The war between good and the war between evil. And we are the good. There's a lot more good than evil. And I think people are failing to realize that when there's one group, a big group, but a small group compared to the rest of the world, that controls all of these things. Like the BIS, the Bank for International Settlements, they control 95% of the world's economy. And they're just a small little group, but they have so much control. They don't realize that in the other 99% of the world, we have the control. We just don't realize the power we have yet. And that's why Bitcoin, that's why crypto, that's why X, that's why Telegram, that's why Rumble. And all of these platforms that enable you to have free speech and don't have a corrupt algorithm that's going to take you out when they don't like what you're talking about. Or a mainstream media news station when people like RFK are on stage talking about and addressing the nation, and they take him off air because they don't like what he's saying. What is that? We need free speech. It doesn't matter if you like the people or not. It doesn't matter if you like RFK. It doesn't matter if you like Donnie T. It doesn't matter if you like Kamama. You should be able to hear them. And this is what I'm talking about. Free speech. I don't care who it is. If you agree with them or not, everybody is entitled to a voice. Everybody. And to discount them and try to take them out and do all these lawsuits to prevent people from doing things, that's corruption. That is taking away their voice without publicly taking it away. And these news stations, these social media platforms, they make it abundantly clear. Abundantly clear. That if they don't like you, you are cooked, bro. You are cooked. You go look at the Taters. What happened to them? They didn't like what they were talking about. They didn't like what they were doing. Whether you liked the man or not, they took away his Gmail, his Uber, his phone, every single thing they took away from him. And was that okay just because he was saying things that maybe were a little bit out there to most people? No. I don't know. Whether you like the man or not, you can't take away somebody's voice. Anyway, we do have news on RFK and Donnie T. I will say right now that I'm just reporting on news. I'm not taking any side, no political side, don't care about it. What I am saying, though, is that we have to talk about what's going on. As one pro-Bitcoin person running a marathon dropped out of some of the race. Now, he did say that there are certain states that he had to drop from, so that way it could be skewed more towards in his hopes, Donnie T, than the other person, right? So this is an alignment that people may have saw coming and some have not. Now, whether you like them or not, again, this is a huge thing for America because this is one major runner that is now kind of almost taking that step back and suspending their run instead of fully terminating it. Now, this was a little clip, and I have to take away the music because I don't want to get copyrighted. Hold on.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
All right, so I have to mute this part because I can't have the volume, or else I get copyrighted. But this was the other night over the weekend where RFK said he was dropping out, and then they met at Donnie T's meetup.
Bobby's decades of work as an advocate for the health of our families and our children. Nobody's done more. Millions and millions of Americans who want clean air, clean water, and a healthy nation have concerns about toxins in our environment and pesticides in our food. That's why today I'm repeating my pledge to establish a panel of top experts working with Bobby to investigate what is causing the decades-long increase in chronic health problems and childhood diseases, including autoimmune disorders, autism, obesity, infertility, and many more. Thank you, President Trump. A few hours after the assassination attempt at Butler, I got a call from a safe food advocate named Kelly Means, who's been fighting for many years to try to end the corruption at CDC and FDA and USDA. And these institutions, these regulatory agencies, are actually run by the big food processing companies, the big ag and the chemical companies that they're supposed to regulate. And he said to me that he'd been advising me for many years and on my campaign. And he told me that night that he was also advising President Trump. And he asked if I would talk to President Trump. And I said, of course. And about a few minutes later, I got a call from the president. And we talked. We had a very good talk. Don't you want a safe environment for your children? Don't you want to know that the food that you're feeding them is not filled with chemicals that are going to give them cancer and chronic disease? And don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again. Thank you all very, very much, and God bless you, and God bless America.
So that was that. So make America healthy again. Make America's youth healthy again. And then this was a little clip of Sir. Sorry, this is loud. I'll lower it. All right, I have to mute it because I want to get copyrighted. But look at that little walkout. Look at that little walkout. And then everyone was losing their noodles. The crowd was screaming. They were like, "Oh boy, it's RFK and Donnie T." So that was a big move right there. Very, 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 very big news for the country. And that's just the latest news on that. That's the latest news. Listen, man, you can't be mad at what Sir RFK was saying, though. He's rooting for the children, and I root for the children. I just hope that we could, actually, that's a big issue. I talk about our food all the time. And so I definitely think we need to watch out for our food and watch out for the kids. But in all honesty, man, we have to unite the world. We have to unite this country. We have to be able to take a big stance for free speech, take a big stance for our health, and take a big, big stance for freedom. And that's very important. People do not understand how important it is to have your freedom. And people may think that it's okay to give things up sometimes, just because it's just something small. But you don't realize how far it goes, and how when you give up one thing, it's always the next, and then it's always something after that. We have to stand up, and we have to say no at some point. We have to protect ourselves. We have to protect our children. And we have beautiful kids that are in this chat all the time, and this is why I'm here, is for them. And I care about the kids. I do. And I love my little kiddos that are in this chat all the time. And I will never take that for granted. And I really want to help anybody that I could in the venture for free speech and in the venture for owning your own assets. Man. Wild. Guys, please make sure you guys are smashing the likes. We have 8 more likes for 100 Pam. And you could say that maybe even again, people are sick of people like Liz Warren. Now, if you guys take a gander, and if you guys give me some Liz emojis in the chat, give me a Liz Warren emoji in the chat, please, please. Shower me with Liz's right now. Lizzie Warren was on the news a few days ago, and she got absolutely torched, and people are sick of not getting real answers. Guys, again, I see a lot of things in the comments. I'm not picking a political side. I am talking about news. That is it.
Senator,
and that is a time in
that's
any
sophistry. Your example on craft. Your example on craft is even worse.
You finished first. In any of the states around the country that already have price gouging laws in place.
Can I tell you why those are fallacious and misleading at best? And your craft analogy is even. Why can't I tell you? Please let me tell you. Craft, you say, was 440% profit increase. The example you used, the prior quarter from the year before, they had a charge of $1.3 billion, an accounting change which wiped out profits. Then they earned what they normally. Let me finish now. They earned.
You didn't let me finish. Look at the data. Come on. We have economic study now after economic study.
This is the way it always goes.
When there is more concentration,
40 million eggs were destroyed because of avian flu.
When there is more concentration in an industry, we have seen much greater increases in
Do you attribute the inflation?
Margins.
That's what you think we need to do to solve it?
They're not random. They are not random one-offs. It is part of the problem when you've got companies that are gouging consumers on prices. Consumers need to know they've got somebody on their side.
Senator,
and
listen, we're trying to help. We're trying to actually do.
Where are you in the 37 states that currently have price gouging laws?
Just quickly on that point, Senator Warren, can you, this is Kelly here, can I just clarify how this would work?
This is the way you never lose an argument, because no.
She goes, this is why you don't lose an argument, because no one can ever talk to you. Like, dude, Liz got torched. And does she deserve to get torched? Maybe just a little bit, because she doesn't answer questions. None of them answer questions. It's like the same with Gary Gensler. We do not have any answers anywhere. Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? We need answers, yes or no. Give me decisive answers. Like, it's like that meme. Like, okay, grandma, you can go home now, because she's completely insane. Completely. Like, where is the clarity? No one can speak to her. No one. Not one person. And there's longer clips of this. Do you guys want to see the longer clip of Liz Warren beefing with... Let's see. Do you guys want to see the longer clip of Liz Warren beefing with Joe Kernan? Put it on our yes emoji to or no emoji. Let me know. Let's see. There were such good freaking clips over here. There's such good clips. My gosh. I think they wiped all of them. Oh, wait. I got it.
As a Democrat, you got some serious problems. This is what
we have inflation now that prices are up overall. This is a great opportunity for us to raise prices, not just in passing along costs, but to go way, way, way above that. And how do we know that it was way, way above just passing along costs? Look at what happened to their profit margins. If they'd just been passing along costs, profit margins would have stayed about the same. But for some industries, some companies, profit margins shot up. And do you know where they shot up most often? It was in companies or in industry. So you end up with someone, you remember we all talked about egg prices.
Thank you, Justin.
You end up with something like this giant egg producer, Cal-Maine. And Cal-Maine raises the price of eggs. Their profit margins increased by 708.
Your example on Kraft. Your example on Kraft is even worse.
You finished first. In any of the states around the country that already have price gouging laws in place.
Can I tell you why those are fallacious and misleading at best? And your Kraft analogy is even... Why can't I tell you? Please let me tell you. Kraft, you say, was 440% profit increase. The example you used, the prior quarter from the year before, they had a charge of $1.3 billion, an accounting change which wiped out profits. Then they earned what they normally... Let me finish now. They earned...
You didn't let me finish. Look at the data. Come on. We have economic study now after economic study.
This is the way it always goes.
When there is more concentration...
40 million eggs were destroyed because of avian flu.
When there is more concentration in an industry... We have seen much greater increases in
Do you attribute the inflation?
Margins.
That's what you think we need to do to solve it?
They're not random. They are not random one-offs. It is part of the problem when you've got companies that are gouging consumers on prices. Consumers need to know they've got somebody on their side.
Senator,
and
listen, we're trying to help. We're trying to actually do...
Where are you in the 37 states that currently have price gouging laws?
Just quickly on that point, Senator Warren, can you just tell here? Can I just clarify how this would work?
This is the way you never lose an argument because no one can ever say anything back to you, Senator.
The state price gouging laws.
Go off! I love this. I love it. Go on.
Where are you in the 37 states that currently have price gouging laws?
Just quickly on that point, Senator Warren, can you just tell here? Can I just clarify how this would work?
This is the way you never lose an argument because no one can ever say anything back to you, Senator.
Go off, Joe, you freaking legend. Joe is the only, one of the only mainstream media guys that will ever freaking say something. So shout out to him because this woman does not answer questions. She does not help anybody but herself. And it's not what she advertised herself to be, obviously, false advertising. She advertised as someone of the people, that she wants to defend the people, and nah. R.I.P. West said, not only does she want to have the last word, but she also does sign language to have the last sign. Yeah, she wants to make sure she does not lose an argument, and no one can ever have an argument with her or have even a conversation because she just keeps talking. So that's how they do it. That's why they're paid actors. That's why they're actors. So he should have told her he wanted the receipts. Yeah, exactly. There's never a time where Liz Warren has been on TV where she pulled numbers and showed charts and showed receipts. This one did that. Never. When they were coming after Binance, there was never a receipt of where any of the money went. Who are these bad people using Binance? There was never one example, not one. So for all the things that they say and for no receipt for any of it, how can you really believe what's going on? I mean, listen, can you say that they're telling the truth? Yeah. But could you also argue that we don't really know the truth? Absolutely. Absolutely. And there's a few countries where you wonder, where is the truth? Now, Russia's central bank, because we were lightly touching on Russia before, Russia, very interesting, where their central bank is set to legalize crypto for qualified investors. And if you guys are in Russia, and maybe this could help the Telegram CEO, as he also is a Russian citizen, the Bank of Russia appears to be moving forward with plans to test cross-border crypto deals for qualified investors, which would allow these individuals to trade crypto as the country explores the use of crypto for those cross-border transactions. In an interview published today in the Russian newspaper, Izvestia, Alexei Guznov, the Bank of Russia's state secretary and deputy governor, indicated a possible shift in the nation's stance on crypto. They disclosed that the central bank is contemplating the possibility of permitting a limited group of specifically qualified investors to participate in buying and selling crypto. The quote goes, "There's currently a discussion about allowing a limited group of particularly qualified investors to trade digital currencies, enabling them to buy and sell such assets. However, this is a topic for the next stage. In the meantime, all potential risks need to be thoroughly analyzed." As they are working even on stablecoins, they're working on mining as well. So they want to know how that's all going to work and how that would be recognized in Russia, Mother Russia. So we'll see how that goes. But we'll see. Will we ever really know what's happening in any of these countries? Not really. And that's why I think we need better media, because we don't really get the truth. We don't know what's really going on in Russia. We don't know what's going on in India and Hong Kong, especially Hong Kong, which we're going to dive into right now, as there are people that are signing up crypto exchanges that are trying to acquire full licenses within Hong Kong. But it seems as though the regulators in Hong Kong are saying that they're finding unsatisfactory practices at these crypto entities. What is going on? What don't they like? And how could this be resolved? Ooh, oh boy, China. Hong Kong's SEC, or their SFC, has found unsatisfactory practices at some of the crypto exchanges seeking a full license after conducting on-site inspections. Some of the crypto firms are overly reliant on a handful of executives to oversee the custody of client assets, while others aren't properly guarding against cybercrime risks. An SFC spokesperson spoke to Bloomberg that while it had conducted some inspections, which were still ongoing and subject to change, it won't comment on specific cases. For platforms that are unable to remedy, quote, critical deficiencies identified during on-site inspections, the SFC may opt to remove their deemed to be licensed status or refuse their application. We don't really have any more details on this, but we do know that there are as many as 11 entities, including Crypto.com, Bullish, and a few others that have applied for full licenses down there in Hong Kong. Will they receive their licenses? Will there really be any crypto exchanges ever in that type of country? We'll see. Thailand, another country that has been slamming Binance and slamming crypto in general lately, apparently they busted Bitcoin mines after repeated power outages. There is a war on crypto mining, and of course they do not want crypto mining because it gives us the decentralized foundation that we stand upon today. Without our miners, where would we be? And if you guys love Bitcoin miners, as we should, then put a Bitcoin miner emoji in the chat. Put a Bitcoin miner emoji. Let me see them. Let me see them. We need membershipry out here. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin miners in Thailand. Their police and electricity authorities announced on Sunday that they raided an illegal Bitcoin mine in a local town following frequent reports of power outages from the nearby area in the past several weeks. AFP reported that officials from the provisional electricity authorities, along with local police, raided a house within a province in central Thailand to the west of Bangkok. Jamnong Chenwong, a chief district security officer, reportedly explained that the power outages began in the middle of July, likely when the mine became fully operational. Thai authorities said that the mining operator paid very little in fees compared to the large amount of power consumption, and the authorities did not arrest anyone at the mine. Southeast Asian countries have emerged as a popular destination because of their low-cost electric and the labor that they can get for cheap, and their infrastructure, especially where places like China and a few others are trying to crack down on crypto mining. Should people be allowed to mine regardless of permission? I mean, if they have the electric and if they're paying their bills, I don't see why not. It just comes down to Bitcoin. It comes down to the fact that people are using electric that would be wasted anyway, using electric, paying for it, doing what they need to do, and providing themselves with money that is free. They are using their electric. They're using their energy to produce money that they can go and spread throughout the world. So it says within this article that they paid very little fees compared to the large amount of power consumption. But where does that really, that kind of leaves this gray area as to where, what were the fees that they were supposed to pay? And because they were paying, were they paying the right amount? How does that get confused? Like, do they get an electric bill at the end of the month? What kind of fees are they paying? It seems like they're paying something. They did pay something, maybe just not what they wanted. And again, it comes down to the reporting. It comes down to the media. What was the real story? We still really don't know. That's my problem. That's my problem. And while Thailand and other countries are cracking down on crypto, we see that companies are stepping up, and they're smart. MicroStrategy, Metaplanet from Japan, and Similar Scientific buying Bitcoin over and over again, raising a lot of money to do so. Even Marathon Digital did something like that recently, where Similar Scientific bought what? More Bitcoin. And that was $5 million in Bitcoin, 83 Bitcoins total. Here's the official press release that came out just over 2 hours ago. Similar Scientific, a pioneer in developing and marketing tech products and services to healthcare providers to combat chronic diseases, today announced that it has purchased an additional 83 Bitcoin for $5 million in cash, inclusive of fees and expenses. As of August 26th, Similar Scientific holds a total of 1,012 Bitcoin, which were acquired for $68 million, inclusive of fees and expenses. Here's a little quote from Eric Semler, the chairman of Similar Scientific, saying, "We've recently purchased additional Bitcoin using primarily cash from operations as well as capital raised through our at-the-market equity program. We are encouraged by the growing institutional adoption of Bitcoin, and it was recently reported that for the first time, institutions own more than 20% of Bitcoin ETF assets under management. We believe this increasing institutionalization will drive value for both Bitcoin prices and our stockholders." It's all about the money, helping the stock, helping the company. It's good for marketing. Similar Scientific, we never heard of this darn company before this happened. They're bringing themselves into a whole new space. What people don't realize is that it's about marketing too. When MicroStrategy buys more Bitcoin, that's marketing. When Metaplanet from Japan buys more Bitcoin, that's marketing. Similar Scientific, the same. We're going to see a lot of that happen where people are going to know Bitcoin's going to go bananas. Everyone's going to want their hands on it, considering there's only 21 million. There's going to be a race among institutions. There's going to be a race among retail to pick up Bitcoin. It's just a matter of when everybody catches on. Companies like this are very smart. countries like El Salvador that buy Bitcoin every single day are smart because they know down the road that the amount of Bitcoin you have represents the amount of power you have in this world. We know that it's going to be inevitable. Let's see. What time we at? Oh my gosh, we're already over an hour. That's crazy. That's fine. Because guys, apparently, and this is for the men specifically, and maybe the ladies can comment on it in the chat as well. That apparently men in crypto are less attractive to women than cosplayers and anime buffs. I don't know what an anime buff is. Can't attest to that as a woman. But here's the survey, and I think I'm a little shook by this as well. I'm a little shook, right, Pancake? Women perceive crypto as one of the most unattractive hobbies a man can have, even more so than watching anime, cosplaying, or reading comic books, according to a survey. Crypto was seen as the 9th most unattractive hobby for males, the August 24th survey by the Date Psychology blog found, which was a convenient sample of 814 people, 48% which were female. Guys, this was an 800-person survey. Are you for real? I can't. The authors noted based on past surveys, their sample population disproportionately includes women of high social status with a high level of education and predominantly white. Female respondents were asked if they found a list of 74 hobbies either unattractive or attractive. Only 23% said crypto was an attractive hobby, while around a third found comic books and cosplaying more attractive. And it left crypto as the second most unattractive so-called nerd hobby behind collecting Funko Pops. That is hilarious, dude. The age breakdown, I don't have an age breakdown here. And that's actually a really good point because I would say the younger generation would definitely enjoy them crypto bros, for sure. And I don't even think an older generation would really relate as much to the anime and cosplaying stuff. Rather, I feel like this is more of a young person survey, but we don't know what the ratio was. The only number that we have is that there was 814 people and 48% of which were female. We do not know how old they were. I will say that I would disagree with that completely. And I do think that like women now they're like, oh, like let's go for the finance bros. No. These Wall Street bros, they might make money in the future, but it's gonna be the crypto bros. And you won't even know who's really like, got that bag in crypto. And that's what's so funny about crypto is that you could see a guy on the street wearing sweatpants and that guy could be a millionaire in crypto. So I think that I would say this survey is a little bit bogus. And I would disagree with it. And I love my crypto bros. I do. And I think that they're going to be top of the line one day. It's going to turn around. And I think there was another survey years ago that came out saying that you won't get a date if you're in crypto or, what was it? That you're a psychopath if you're in crypto or something like that. That's what they want to scare you. They want to scare the crypto bros into not being in crypto so they won't get a girlfriend. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I think crypto bros can get girlfriends. Absolutely. Absolutely they could. I think sometimes like crypto bros, they just need some riz. Shout out to my crypto bros though. Smash the like, my bros. I root for you all the time. You will all get girlfriends.
Why don't you like and subscribe and share this video?
Do we have chart requests? Mark Smithson goes, I wear ripped jeans. That's good. I'll wager that it's more attractive during a bull run. Absolutely, Jamie. Yeah, I would say that. Listen. Once they see, like once these girls see, like, their friend from high school that was a total nerd, now he's buff on a yacht because of crypto, then they're going to be like, and then the crypto bro's going to be like, nah, I don't need you because now I'm zesty and I could find a girl that actually appreciates me. And that's the thing, my crypto bros. That's the thing. If you guys are out here, find a woman that doesn't care about the money. Let her find out later when you buy her a nice little purse, a nice little Birkin or something. because you guys are gonna make it so big, and you're gonna find a good girl, every single one of you. I got Riz from In and Out Crypto. Shout out! Oh my gosh! Shout out to Rocco. Rocco, my Italian friend. Listen, Italians do have Riz. Like I heard, if you go to Italy, like they have mad Riz out there. So shout out to Army Piper though. Shout out to my Piper Academy. Frat Mama's here for you. Thank you for coming. Baba, yes. Like ever since I've been hitting that like button, I've been feeling invigorated, getting lingering looks from the ladies and more excellent attention from my beautiful wife. You're so cool, Baba. Yes, dude. Like, you should get all the love from your wife. And give her some love, too. It's a two-way street. D Miners said, my lady loves crypto. Oh, my God. And buys whatever she wants. Like, that's hilarious. I love that for her.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
My wife agrees. There's no way I can get a girlfriend.
Oh, did you? No. I mean, you shouldn't have a girlfriend if you have a wife. So let's backtrack a little bit. Give your wife that love, Digi, and thank you for giving me some love today. I appreciate it. If she's got a problem with me being in crypto, she's missing out on all the gains. Listen, Anthony, that's why you find a woman that's going to build with you. Build with you while you have nothing, and then until you have something, she appreciates you, right? All right. Tesla model Doge laughing at Digi. It's funny. No, nice to see you. No. Toff said 115 with the rocket emojis. Yes, guys, we are pamping with likes. I would love to get 125. 8 more. Pump it up now. Up the likes on Monday. On a Monday. I also would like your opinions on this outfit today, guys. Are we bullish on it? Are we bullish? And listen, Alexandra G knows it has pockets. It has pockets. So are we bullish on this color? Is this a good color? Should I go for more dark colors? What do you guys think? Is this, put a 1 or a yes emoji if this is a pass. And put a 2 or a no emoji if it's, wait. Put a 1 or a yes emoji if it's good. And then 2 or no emoji if it's bad. I feel like that could be confusing the way I was wording it. So if you like it, 1 or yes emoji, 2 or no emoji. I want to know your thoughts on this. I think it might blend, it might be too light for my background, you know? Bullish engulfing outfit. That's funny, Pat. That's funny. Are we bullish on the outfit today? I love it. It is very nice. It is nice. I like it. I found it and I was like, oh, I like this. And so I don't know. I just want your thoughts. Do you guys vibe? Is this nice? I haven't worn this on stream yet. So I hope you like it. You like my nails? Thank you. They're a little pink. Like I usually do like red. I did like a little pink. Do you guys like this? Is this bullish too? Is this a nice color? Is this a nice color? I love how you guys notice things that I don't even think about. So do you guys like this color? Usually it's more red. You can see it's like a little bit more pinky. I think I vibe with this color. Let me know in the chat. Do you guys like this color? 1 or yes emoji, 2 or no emoji. Your outfit attracts green candles. Well, I sure hope so. Gel coat. Actually, wow, Patrick. What? Wow, Patrick knew I had gel nails? Wow. See, there are some men that are educated. That's education. Patrick must have a wife. Like, he must have a wife. He's got to know what's going on there. He's got to know what's going on. Wow, he actually knew what kind of, like, how can you even tell? Wow. Beautiful magenta. Well, thank you, Colton. You guys are so nice. Oh, you fancy?
Oh, yeah.
Yelmo, a member for 6 months, says it looks perfect on you. Bullish on the dress. Oh, that's what you put your member message as. That's so nice. Hello, Chris Hanley. Pat, Patrick's gotta have a girlfriend or a wife that he knew that. I'm actually pretty shook. Squeaky said, Randy's new channel, Crypto, Food, and Fashion. That's actually a really good point, and I should do that. Does black nails from car grease count? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that's something that should be clean. Black hat. But you know what? At least you're getting down to the knit grit. And at least, like, you know, you're getting the hands dirty. So your girl could have her hands looking like this. Justin said, I agree. The dress looks fabulous. Well, thank you. But still, like, I think, why not both, Patrick? Jeez. But I do think that it's important. It's important. You gotta know what's going on with your lady. But also, as men, you could go get your nails done. Absolutely. I'm bullish on men going to get their nails done because it shows that they're confident, and two, it shows that they want to be clean. Like, sometimes you need to get your foot scrubbed. Like, and sometimes you can't do that yourself. Have someone scrub your feet. Like, sometimes men need to get a pedicure. Having good feet is important. You don't want any crust. You don't want to be crusty. Like, you got to make sure you get your feet done. And even your nails, you don't got to get color. You don't even got to do a clear coat. Just have them, like, get after the cuticles a little bit, I think that's important. Light Ink Production. Well, hello, said new to the channel. Guys, everyone say hello to Light. Thank you for coming. Welcome. Pat M said no shame in a Matty Petty. Abso-freaking-lutely. No shame in a Mani Petty. There should never be shame in a Mani Petty. True says amen. Absolutely. Men should get cleaned up too. And even do your eyebrows. Never be scared of the eyebrows. I mean, some guys go to the barber, like my dad, like he doesn't like get his eyebrows threaded, but they do a little, like sometimes a little, but I do think you got to get your hands, your cuticles nice. You got to make sure your toes are clean, because that's crusty. And then you also got to make sure that you get your eyebrows done sometimes. Like sometimes I've seen guys with some really nice brows. It's because they get their eyebrows threaded, which hurts. Listen, threading is not easy. It's not easy. But if you go consistently and your brows look good, then you like them. Then you like it. So, not my feet, keep away from the concrete grippers. You guys are too much. You guys are too much. Hexologist said, Randy, wow. Oh, is that true? I have to look into that, Hexologist. Can you send me a link about that in the Discord? But yeah, I'm definitely bullish on men going and getting their nails done. Like, you don't got to get color, but like, at least get that scrub, And I'm bullish on eyebrows, too. I'm bullish on eyebrows. In Puerto Rico, barbers do eyebrows. It's a must, Yelmo says. No, I think for some men, it's definitely useful. Absolutely. Absolutely. Chris Hanley's asking Patrick if they want to meet up for a petty. See, now this is manly stuff. And everyone will be happy for it. Someone asked me for Dogecoin. I think it was Michael at the beginning. Dogecoin, guys, we're trying to hold 10.5 cents. 0.016 is what we want to hold. We're just above that now. Bearish level to watch is 9.5 cents. Bullish is still the same, which is 12.25. On the daily, we have a fresh red dot printed on Dogecoin. VWAP is below that zero line. And we're hoping that it makes its way back up. Although we just have a little shmish of green money flow. The RSI is looking pretty spicy here, where we had a big draw up to the bullish, but we retraced a little bit. I'm hoping it goes back into bullish over neutral. And then even on the weekly for Dogecoin, you see how important it is to try to close here and get away from this little 9.5 to 10 cent range. We do have a red dot, a green dot that was printed last week, so we're hoping that comes through and continues to hold. Black Hat says he owns a nail file. That's good. You guys are so funny. Guys, 3 more likes for 125. Pamp it up. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. You guys are so funny, dude. This conversation got mad personal in the chat, but I love it so much. Lando Norris thoughts. So here's the thing, though. I didn't really get to watch the race yesterday, but I did see the beginning. I know Verstappen started second, and the fact that he couldn't, the fact that Verstappen couldn't get around Little I thought was surprising. But at the end of the day, I hear that maybe Little Lando, maybe his car is a little bit faster than Verstappen's. So I think there was something with the cars. I know my fan was telling me something with the cars that they switched when Verstappen was flying. So I think Red Bull messed with perfection and try to fix something that didn't need the fixing. Is possibly I'm not really an F1 expert. Is what happened. I just man, I know it was his hometown and stuff, so I feel for Max. I'm not gonna lie, I feel for Verstappen out here. But I definitely root for Little Lando as well. I definitely root for Lando because he's young, he's cool. So yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. See, I root for really both of them. I root for Lando and McLaren. I also really like Red Bull. So, Destroyer 1911, a member for 16 months, says Happy Monday. Well, pamp it up. Happy Monday to you, my friend. Happy Monday. Alan, man, good morning. Jason Hamilton is here. Thank you guys very much for stopping by today. I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. I really do. No lie. No lie to be told. Never a lie. Never tell a lie. Never tell a lie. But listen, guys, I freaking love it. Patrick Murphy said McLaren's faster than Red Bull. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. I just, man, we need to. Listen. I feel for Max, man. He was just winning race after race, but I think sometimes you can't just keep going. It's like Bitcoin price. You can't just keep going up. Like there has to be a retrace, and that's what I feel like is happening with Red Bull and Max. But they're still killing the game, and it's gonna be pretty tight for the championship. I love saying Little Lando. And I feel like, I don't know why I can't say Lando. Just like, I like the accent Lando. But guys, I'm so happy, guys. Like, this is a really bullish start to the week, despite Bitcoin being down about 1.5%. That doesn't matter to me, because what matters to me is the blockchain that's still working. The fact that we're able to send money permissionlessly all throughout the world with no censorship. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I think this was an absolute fire show. And I'm very happy that we got to get down to the nitty gritty, and we had a lot of new people here today. So I'm bullish on you guys, and I appreciate you so very much. So if you guys, again, let's update the subscribers. Do we have any new ones? No. So guys, please make sure, if you haven't yet, please smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the stream out with friends, because more people need to know what's going on here. They do indeed. And I'm very excited to get after this week. Like I said, I am working on so much stuff, and I can't wait to tell you more about it. So thank you guys so much. I'm excited. I'm so bullish. And Emma did win the poll today. Bitcoin price prediction, 45% of you guys all said all-time highs. And then the rest of y'all, the 47%, said whatever Emma says. So thank you guys so much. Wait to hear what Emma says on Bitcoin price. Have a great day. Again, smash the like, subscribe, share this out with friends. And as always, stay zesty. Peace.